Oh, they should be back by now. What if something happened to them? David wondered anxiously as he paced outside of the headman's house.
David, relax. Max, Kilala, and Aaron are part of the best Demon Slayer team ever. They'll be fine,
Nikki stated as she polished her hammer while Neil drank water from a water bottle beside her. David bit his lip nervously as he went back to pacing, only to see Kilala flying over to him with Max and Aaron on her back.
You're back! Nikki cheered. How'd it go?
Neil asked. David said nothing. He could only gasp when he saw the small scrape on Max's nose. Oh my gosh! What happened to your face? He exclaimed as he rushed over to his son, taking his face in his hands to observe the injury. Max frowned while trying to swat the doctor's hands away.
Calm down, idiot. It's just a small scratch, the boy protested.
How did it happen? Please tell me, David begged frantically. David, it's okay. Max here just tripped on the way back from the forest. We completed the mission, Aaron said as Kilala transformed into her smaller self and hopped onto the doctor's head, nodding at him. David let out a relaxed breath. Well, you're still in one piece, and that's all that matters, I suppose, he said, trying to pull Max into a hug, only to have the boy push him away. I can take care of this myself, he sneered as he walked past David, brushing his shoulder as he passed. Are they gone, Miss Slayer? The headman asked as he came outside of the house nervously, along with a few other villagers. Aaron nodded. Yes, it's all been taken care of. You're all safe, she replied. The headman let out a heavy sigh of relief. Thank you all so much. We wish we could repay you more, but all we have is a small stack of gold bits, the man said. No need for money. All we ask for is some of the remains of the beasts, Aaron stated. Oh yes, please, take as much as you need, the headman said. The following morning, after gathering some of the remains of the dead monsters, Aaron and her team waved goodbye to the village they had aided and began their 3-day journey back home.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to make some more poison monster powder, Nikki exclaimed as she and the team walked down the light forest trail. Kilala meowed offensively as she frowned at the young girl as she sat on Aaron's shoulder. Oh, don't worry, Kilala, it's for insect monsters, she clarified, holding her hands in defense. Kilala suddenly then began to growl, making Nikki jump. Hey, I told you, she started, only to have Aaron cut her off. Shh, do you hear that? Max grinned. So, some bastards are spying on us, hoping to catch you off guard, huh? Fat chance, he stated. Max, Neil, and Nikki took out their weapons, while David looked around nervously. Aaron and Kilala, however, stayed still and on guard, listening closely to the fast footsteps coming from both sides of the road. There's only 2 of them, judging by how many footsteps at a time I'm hearing. There's only 1 on each side, too. Aaron thought silently. You 2 are outnumbered. We aren't looking for a fight, the team leader shouted as her eyes calmly glanced from left to right. Come out and surrender peacefully. If you don't want to, that's fine, though. We'll just kick your ass, Nikki snickered. Nikki, are you trying to make this worse? Neil whispered urgently to her. Will you both shut up and stay focused? We don't know who or what we're dealing with. Stay on guard, Aaron said quietly, but in a quiet but forceful tone as she grabbed her hiraikots on her back. But the moment she did, 2 men jumped out from the bushes, one from the left side and one from the right. Get them! Aaron shouted, but the 2 men didn't go for the slayers. They ran around them and straight for David. David, look out! Neil yelled, only to gasp when he saw the doctor strike the 2 men, punching them on the sides of the head with his arms going into a quick T-pose, knocking them both out. What? Nikki exclaimed. David chuckled nervously while rubbing the back of his head. I was a demon slayer in training before I trained to become a doctor, he stated. Never mind that. Are you okay? Aaron questioned as she and her team rushed over to him. Yeah, I'm fine. What was their deal? The doctor asked, looking down at the 2 men. Aaron squinted at the 2 for a second. The unconscious man on David's right was bald, other than a pointy platinum blonde mohawk in the center of his head. He had fair pale skin, wore traditional blue Japanese armor, and gray wolf pelt around his waist, and was tall. The unconscious man on the doctor's left had black hair and a dyed tuft of silver hair in front, and he wore the same armor and pelt as the other man. He was the same height and had tan fair skin. Aaron stared at the 2 for a moment, and then she let out a slight gasp. I know these 2, was all she could say.